Donald Trump has yet again proven that he's the real deal and that he is on something that is akin to a suicide mission. Now, that's a military parlance that's been used for hundreds of years. It doesn't mean you're going to die, but it means chances are you are. It means there's more than a 50% chance you're not going to make it, and that people that tried what you're about to do didn't make it. That's a suicide mission. And Donald Trump is the man in the arena on a suicide mission. And it's easy for other people who aren't in the arena to point their finger at him. And I had questions. I don't like casinos, but I'm a libertarian. You have a right to be part of that. He's more like hotel casinos, both. But he's in entertainment. He's a builder. He has brought a lot of jobs to this country. He's called for auditing the private Federal Reserve yesterday. He is saying that Hillary Clinton needs to be prosecuted and that he will prosecute her. He'll call for prosecution if he's president. Let's show TV viewers a shot of that right now. DrudgeReport.com. Trump, I'll prosecute Hillary as president. I'm going to play a clip from Fox on Hannity during a town hall.
We were talking during the break about Hillary Clinton, and if a Republican wins, if you win, you'll have an attorney general. The statute of limitations will not have passed.
6 years, actually. Well, look, you have no choice. I mean, we have to solve all sorts of problems, and fairness is you have to look into that. Now, maybe she can prove her innocence, but it just seems to me that I think the public knows everything that they're going to know. You know, the emails have come out, and she seems to be guilty. But you know what? I wouldn't even say that. But certainly it has to be looked at if a Republican wins. If I'm winning, certainly you will look at that as being fair to everyone else. So unfair to the people that have been prosecuted over the years for doing much less than she did. So she's being protected, but if I win, certainly it's something
So you think she's running for her own survival?
I think she's running a very important race, the most important race of her life before. And not just because it's president. I mean, she's running a very important race.
I'll bet you that Barack Obama would pardon her before he leaves. Let's get back to our...
Very well said, Hannity. Very well said. And again, I'll give it to Hannity. He's one of the only people not viciously lying about Donald Trump on Fox News. I mean, I watch it. They do little slick lies, and it's constant and force-feeding Marco Rubio, who is one of the biggest flip-floppers ever, and who the Democrats would probably rather have than Hillary. Now, let me, before I get into all this news and get into a video that's up at DrudgeReport.com, right there in the middle of the second column, Obama cracks a joke about Scalia's death. We had C-SPAN on in the back office. We've got C-SPAN, CNN, Fox, MSNBC, CNBC. We switch around. We've got like 6 TVs on around the building, just so even when you're having a coffee or taking a break, you're monitoring news. And Rob Jacobson runs in. He goes, on C-SPAN, Obama just cracked a joke about Scalia's death. And nobody else had this. We went to whitehouse.gov and found it. Put it up, Drudge Report, link to it. Video, Obama cracks joke about Scalia's death. We're going to get to this in a moment because it's such a big deal. For radio listeners, it'll be disturbing. But if you actually go watch the video, I was busy around the office. I said, yeah, Rob, great idea. Put the video up, have him write an article about it. And I moved on down the hallway. And then I didn't watch it till last night. And I watched it probably 5 or 6 times. And I'll be honest with you. I don't scare easily. And I got scared. Because I'm not afraid of myself dying, but I've got to take care of my family and my children. But I'm afraid of my country dying. And I've studied history in depth. When you get people like Hillary saying, we came, we saw, he died, and bragging about, killing people, and Obama saying, I'm good at killing people, and they have no military background, they both admit they've never even been in fistfights. Carson came out and said Obama's not black. He's not, folks. I grew up in Dallas, where half my school was black. He doesn't act like any black person I've ever known. He grew up with a bunch of CIA white yuppies that raised him. And his weirdo communist father, Frank Marshall Davis, who they admit he stayed summers with. And Carson is absolutely right. He said, quote, he was raised white, doesn't understand black Americans. He wasn't just raised white. He was raised CIA, Ford Foundation, elitist level. He was groomed and prepared for his role from the youngest days. And that's what's scary is these people are starting war with China. I've got a stack of news here. War with Russia. They want to start a war with the Liberty Movement. They openly demonize veterans on TV. They openly demonize Christians. They openly demonize families. And I was just scared of the fact that we are in the hands of such scum. And then I saw Congressman Issa on Fox this morning, and he made a great point. Wish he wasn't supporting Rubio. But he said the military is basically in revolt at the highest levels against Obama and the things he's been doing. And if he continues to act unilaterally, the military is going to probably block him. And by the way, that's on Fox News with one of the chairmen of the most powerful committees in Congress. And Fox News didn't even know what they were hearing. And you know, I'm afraid of military coups because they usually go bad in Latin America or wherever. But, you know, in Germany, they finally tried to stand up against Hitler. Operation Valkyrie failed. I'm not calling for that. I don't want any of that because it's a big bureaucracy. You roll up Obama or Hillary. I mean, you know, it's like shark teeth. There's 100 layers. More shark teeth roll up. You got to get rid of the whole shark. Takes a big harpoon gun to do that. You got to focus on the shark, not on their minions. But the military already said no about backing al-Qaeda 3 years ago in Syria and then ISIS and started giving Russians intel. Now, that is the military in a counter coup. That is over-the-top information. And, of course, we told you about that first from our sources in the Pentagon, some that came on the show, to great risk to themselves. You know what happens when Colonel Schaefer, who has the highest level contacts, comes on. I mean, he gets chewed out every time. And he comes here when he's ready to really risk himself. They've tried to indict him, you name it. I mean, we have other guests on like Pachinik where the FBI shows up the day after he's on about coming on the show. Countless others. I mean, I'm not bragging here. I'm saying this isn't a game. We're not playing around here. And I'm not playing around. I'm not running up against these evil, evil people because I want to prove I'm a man and I'm this tough guy. I'm not looking for trouble. But when you got a president opening the borders outside of law, coming after guns outside of law, launching wars outside of law, shutting down our power plants outside of law, literally waging war against the very fabric of our nation and our communities and our families. Obamacare designed to bankrupt the nation. Almost every company I know. Ted Anderson at GCN got rid of insurance. I'd had insurance through GCN for 18 years, 19 years, and just became too unaffordable because of Obamacare. I went out and tried to get insurance again. Took me months to do it. Used to, you could switch insurance in an hour, and it basically doubled in price. My parents have more than doubled. Nico just got in the mail his $897 Obamacare fee fine because he didn't get Obamacare. The head producer. I mean, it's just screw jobs like that, wanting to hurt people, doubling black unemployment. These are just savage criminals. And then he gets up there laughing with pleasure to a crowd about Scalia being dead, and they're giggling, and he gets this evil look on his face. I mean, folks, they killed him deader than a hammer. It's so obvious. They celebrated and pissed on his grave.
I want more candy. I want more video games. Lie, lie, lie.
And it's that type of behavior that spurred me to do the research to develop a true nutraceutical formula that was designed to smooth out and help children focus. All of our children are hit with modern mind control. Television, music, fast food, GMOs, sugars, you name it. Young humans have not yet developed their nervous system and are being hammered daily by globalist concoctions. It's no wonder they can't focus and calm down, and then are put on dangerous psychotropic drugs. Working with my team, we set out to find the best formula with the highest quality ingredients that children would actually like and take. We worked with the leading manufacturer in nutritional supplements that are safe for children to bring you the most affordable and powerful calming formula out there. Introducing Child Ease with herbs and calming extracts like chamomile and lemon balm and essential nutrients that taste great. Obtain your Child Ease today at InfoWarsLife.com. That's Child Ease exclusively at InfoWarsLife.com.